Hi guys and welcome back. Today might be one of the last chances that you will get for Bitcoin to trade before we are seeing a massive move here to the upside. You want to take advantage of that. If you missed all my previous calls over the last 3-4 days, that would have given you a really good entry. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And I also gonna talk about Ethereum and what's happening there. Now let's start off here with the Bitcoin 30 minutes chart. So what we can see on the 30 minutes chart is that Bitcoin, exactly as I told you guys, was running here to the upside into resistance. We got a small short squeeze here on the way up, also exactly as I told you. Once we hit $72,800, almost $900, we saw a rejection from here, which was kind of expected because we got close to all-time high area here again. And now we saw a small cool off period with here also a downward sloping trend line that I'm also going to show you on some other time frames. And now trying to gain momentum to break this downwards trend and to continue back to the upside. When we're going to the 4-hourly chart, so here you see here's also this downward sloping trend line. We have the two resistance areas that we got rejected from yesterday, but here are some bullish developments right now that we need to talk about. First of all, we got here this pinball candle where we came down, retested the EMA ribbon. Once again, perfect execution here that we bounced from the middle of that ribbon back to the upside, which is telling us that the bulls are in control right now and pushing the price to the upside. Hence why we got here also this nice wick here. So that just shows you that there is a lot of buying pressure right now on Bitcoin. So now the question is, since we got that pinball, which is a bullish candle, and the retest of the EMA ribbon, where is the price going next? I believe when we come back up here into this resistance area, this will not give us a lot of resistance anymore on the way up. And we need to look at other areas where we will take profit. And I'm gonna go soon into another chart and actually show you that. The better question is right now, from where should you take the next Bitcoin long if you missed an entry down here? So let me tell you what I did earlier. I got the perfect entry here in the middle of the wick somewhere. Yeah, kind of like at $69,830-ish. I'm gonna show you a proof also in a second. And I was on shorter time frames from the 5 minutes to the 30 minutes and did not go to the 1-hourly chart to see that pinball candle. And once we went to $70,500, I thought like, okay, I made $2,000. I closed the trade. I should have left it open. I would have been up now $3,000, $4,000, something like that. So, but it happens, you know, I was not at home. I was not here on the screen. I was actually with some friends outside, and stuff like this just happens then in these kind of scenarios, you know. So that's why I also always tell you, don't trade from the phone. It can go well, you know, like in my case now, but it can also go horribly wrong because you don't see the full picture if you sit in front of a proper screen. You know, if I would have sit here at home, I would have potentially still have that trade right now and did not need to open a new one. Here, when it comes to the indicators, we are seeing that we are close to the bottom here. In 10 minutes, we are closing this 4-hourly candle. So I expect that we gonna hit the bottom into oversold on a stochastic RSI and gonna see then over the next 4 hours move here back to the upside. The RSI is already going into this direction, and here on the MACD, I expect a bounce and also continuation of the bullish money flow into Bitcoin here. Here, I just opened a new trade at $70,860. And like I told you guys, I showed you that I actually had a previous one that went into profit. Here you see close to $2,000, you know, so here 88%. And my entry was, like I said, $69,838. And I closed it at $70,500. But the fill price was a little bit lower than that, you know, so hence why I had like a couple dollars less than $2,000. So, but I still believe we go higher from here. And as you can see here, previously I had here a sniper entry down here on that blue line. And now I believe that here, this entry that I just had, here at 70,860, that this is potentially the next sniper entry, because let me show it to you. From here, we got a nice impulsive move to the upside for Bitcoin into $73,000 almost. And then we got a retest here to confirm that this was support. Here we broke this into resistance. Here a retest for that resistance. The candle where I went into this trade, again, confirming that resistance. But once this is breaking to the upside, this will be support and we will go up. So most likely what we're going to see here, this again on the 30 minutes chart, is something like a V-shaped recovery. That's at least what I'm betting on, that we are getting something like this here over the next couple hours. And price will move back to the upside here. If we get a harsh rejection, then here on these levels, I just keep adding to that long. You see my liquidation price is $51,000. I don't think that we're going to get there. So I'm willing to add to my Bitcoin long until we are up to like $61,000 to the liquidation price, something like that. You want to know where is actually your last chance to enter Bitcoin and which levels I'm looking at for the next target here for Bitcoin. So my next entry, if I would not have a position already, would be here at the retest of that symmetrical triangle here on the 4-hourly chart, because we got the breakout yesterday and now basically got a throwback to that trend line, which is again a bullish sign for confirmation for that breakout, because we bouncing off of it. And for that, we only need the next 4-hourly candle to start moving here also to the upside to get 100% confirmation on that. The target of that pattern is at $83,969. When we're looking at the liquidity and the liquidation levels, then you see that up there at $84,140 is the last, I think at least, okay, not anymore. So, but there were the last short liquidation level if we start moving it to the upside. Now in the last couple of hours, we cleaned some long liquidations here when we came back down, which is absolutely fine. You see here how many over leveraged positions are here. It's a little bit insane and scary to see this. And let me put it this way. If we would get one flush to the downside here to like $66,000, see it as a huge, huge opportunity and also a super last chance to get Bitcoin at these prices again before we are smashing in direction of $80,000. Right now, I'm not seeing that we would go that low, you know, so first of all, because of this bullish candle that we have here, and something else that I actually wanted to show you here on this chart. That is right now your resistance level that we want to flip into support. Once this zone here is flipped into support, Bitcoin will keep going higher and will break the all-time high. So that is at $71,400. That is the line to watch, to break. And that would be also the really last chance if we continue to go to the upside where you would enter Bitcoin to liquidation levels. The directional move has not changed. It's still to the upside to liquidate everybody up there because they're sitting there for a really, really long time already. They should have taken a long time already ago profits. And if they haven't done so, they're going to get punished for that. When we're looking at the liquidation heat map, then we see here still some long liquidations, short liquidation concentrations still up here, all the way up to like $74,500-ish. But do I believe that we are seeing another short squeeze up here? Maybe once we're touching $73,000 from there, potentially we are going to see that, because we would be then at a new all-time high, if I'm not mistaken. And from there, I can imagine that we could see something like this here pushing to the upside. Something else first that I want to point out here on the daily chart is that we have here a W pattern, a really clear one. And also here, once we're breaking this neckline here at $71,700, the target for this pattern would bring Bitcoin, if I take it here only from the candle, not from the wick, to $81,400. So now that is not my next higher time frame target for Bitcoin. I'm gonna actually show you what my next higher time frame target is. The next target would be here for me $104,000 approximately to the upside here. There is a another Fibonacci level. I think it's the 1.382 that is sitting at around the $83,000 level, 83,600, something like that. That is the imminent next target for Bitcoin to touch here. And afterwards, it would be $100,000. And then the next one is 156. So, but these are bull run targets, guys. You know, so I just want to show you what I'm looking at when you zoom out. And then a really bullish target for Bitcoin would be here the 3.618, $210,000 when we're going into the upside. But like I said, from that move here, from the W pattern, I expect that we are going to touch $83,000 in the short term, potentially even before the halving. I want to have a quick look here at the spot bits. The spot bits are again ticking up here on Velo data. That's again exactly what we want to see. Which is again underlying the bullish sentiment in the market. And even here on the weekly, we flipped now finally over zero, bouncing off here and also moving here to the upside. I want to show you also what's happening with the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. But first, remember guys, if you want to trade with me together, do it on BYBIT, exactly the trades that I have open here. You can still enter this if you see this video early enough, you know, so just wait for the flip of that line. Go here under my video, click that link, you still get $30,000 in deposit bonus if you use the link here. Otherwise, go to Margex if you want to trade altcoins with me. The strategy is called AMCrypto altcoins. And if you cannot use BYBIT, use BITGET or Phemex. And if you just want to copy trade me, go to FAIRDESK. $120,000 is still the highest bonus in the industry. All these links are in the pinned comment below and in the description of this video. Now, the Bitcoin dominance has broken under 54.3% again. That is also what we want to see here, but we don't want to see here a pinball candle actually. What we want to see is continuation to the downside. Now, if Bitcoin decides to make a move in direction of $80,000, of course, the dominance is going to rise again. I don't have a really big problem with that. I want to remind you again, I told you we are not making a new all-time high in the dominance, at least for this year, a new yearly high. We didn't when we moved up, but if we move to $80,000, it is in the cards. It is in the cards. I don't want to rule it out. But the good thing is, the closer we get to the halving, the higher the chances that we see finally a turnaround in the dominance, breaking to the downside and getting a proper altcoin season. Ethereum is still sitting here at the crucial level of $3,650. I'm gonna show you a chart here in a second that is underlying why this level is so crucial for Ethereum to break and to see continuation here to the upside and why we are struggling so much to get above that. The Monday high yesterday was here at $3,730. That is again the level that we need to break this week to see a move here to 3,900 and beyond. But also here, remember, we have a big W pattern and it is, funny enough, in alignment with the $3,640 level. Once we are flipping this, the target is $4,100 if I'm remembering correctly here. Here on the daily chart, you actually see what I mean. That W pattern here, if it breaks, target is somewhere here, $4,100. If you're not in an Ethereum position right now, me personally I am, then you would want to wait potentially that we're coming back into this area here of $3,466 to $3,600 to open one. And the next logical target would be here $3,963 and above $4,388. But these are also not the targets that I'm looking at. I'm looking at way higher targets for my positions. And first of all, here you understand now why the $3,650 level is such a crucial level, because it is a Fibonacci level. Once we're breaking above $3,685, Ethereum should normally start flying to the upside and go past $4,000. The level that I'm looking at here for the next, let's say, 2-3 months for Ethereum is $7,000. That is the next Fibonacci extension level. And I want to remind you, most of all coins in a bull run going to hit the 3.618. Do I believe that Ethereum is able to hit that? I'm not so convinced yet from what I'm seeing, but I'm pretty convinced that we are hitting the 2.618 for Ethereum. When we're going to the Bitcoin Ethereum chart, Ethereum Bitcoin chart, however you want to see that, then we see finally here Ethereum waking up against Bitcoin and bouncing off that macro support area that was a key area to hold for Ethereum. So we basically saw a fake out here twice, coming back up now. And we want to see that this weekly candle is closing within that area and then starting to break this downward sloping trend line. Once this is happening, I consider this the major start of the altcoin season. And you're going to see a lot of coins popping left, right, and center in double digits on a daily chart. That's it already for today's video, guys. I had to be quite quick here because I have to go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.